Hello, hello, hello. We have desk cam today showing a huge mess of. Hang on a second. Huge mess of body cords to fix. I have over. Okay, this is the worst option. On my bike, two weapons, and I have one of my own that has weirdly gone wonky. Take care of all of that today. See what else I can do with this. Put it here. Put that in there. Normally, okay, that's most we get that. If we please don't get sick. It's not meant to be a violently unfriendly stream to those who get sick, but you theoretically feel your pain. Obviously, I don't get seasick. Okay. Ceiling, which is good, and now we tilt this all the way down, and that's settled. And we see how mirrored works. Just cut off the middle monitor briefly. Yeah, that's confusing me because it's sideways. So let's see what we can do about transform, rotate 90 degrees. That's a fail. So take that back. I rotate this. Okay, so that's upright. That's my hands. Hang on. File, settings, stream, outputs. Alright. Okay, this works pretty well. Okay. I have lost my headphones as well. Oh, good. And the stream was working great. And it is in really shitty quality. Let's see if that makes it better. Ooh, that looks really bad. Hang on. Yeah, that looks good though. Okay. Right. We are testing the secondary cam. See my hands? I want to be working here. Okay. We're going to be doing a bunch of body parts and 2 weapons that I have in the corner. What are we using? We have box cutter. Probably not going to need it, but I got it just in case. We have test box for reassurance because we also have multimeter. We have screwdrivers. All the bits you could want except for one I broke trying to do something. Wire stripper, wire cutter. Salvaged bodycord pins from previous repairs. Salvaged bodycord casings from previous repairs. I have awful handwriting. Someone please sponsor me a label maker. Before we get started, if you enjoy this kind of thing, please let me know. I have a Patreon where I would really appreciate if you could help me out with expenses around maintaining the database, keeping the website running. There's coming up on a 0.5 terabyte of clips that I'm paying for storage for. One-off donations also welcome at Ko-Fi. That's patreon.com/fencing database, ko-fi.com/fencing database, dash between the ko and the fi. What else? Let's see. I have a sponsor, fechtklingen.de. They just came out with socks. They have shirts. They have a Caliber wireless system. Go give them a look. Give them a like. And use my code ROBOTKLINGEN, which is hidden. There we go. Use code ROBOTKLINGEN for 5% off. Most importantly, they do cheapest blades you're going to find in Europe for BFs because they're more of the same kind of way. Ralph Bistorf's Needle Blade is more of a giving back, same kind of deal for Mark at fechtklingen.de. I have a Discord. I post things about being live on the Discord, about new videos on the Discord. Every once in a blue moon, I'll post random stat analysis that I only share on the Discord because I don't feel like making it ready for everybody else. Okay, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is separate all the cables so we're not constantly... Hey, Macron. How you doing? Yeah, I came up with this idea long ago. I should do that. And then I never did. But I kept wanting to. And now I have all these cables to fit. So I'm going to do it. And at this point, I'm actually the official club armor and paid to do so. So I'm sort of double dipping here, which is nice. Ooh, look at this one. Wires are split completely. Fortunately, we have electrical tape. No, I actually hate this stuff. It doesn't stick at all. But rather than a kick in the pants. Blue casings, that's color. You may have noticed that wire snips, blue. Electrical tape, blue. Sunglasses, blue. Water bottle, blue. when I go out after, oh yeah, lighter, blue. I don't smoke, but Epee wires come with it, varnish on the end for a little bit of extra insulation. You got to burn it off. That's what the lighter is for. My fencing bag is over there is also blue. Right. We're looking at a sad sack of cables. This one looks good. Not sure what's going to be wrong with this one. We have a lot of little kids at the club, and they love abusing the cables. They don't. They just don't know any better, and it's hard to tell them, "Well, yank the cables," and don't play each other's hair. Look at this one. Have you considered making a gantry to put above your bench that looks straight down? I don't have a bench. This is just my computer table. And this is just the first time I am doing this. And therefore, still working out the kinks. Made something for spell table before. I don't know what spell table is actually. What is that? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at this one. Both sides came off. I already have a variety of tripods. This is a small portable one. Tape? No, it's just the strain relief. So if I can make it work with things I already have and don't have to spend any money, that will be great. Normal plug. I'm not doing that. Other one. Hold up. Oh, on both sides. Spellblade is a program for playing Magic with friends over the internet, but with your paper cards. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's clever. One of my kids is really into Magic, so he doesn't come to practice on Wednesdays anymore because he's off playing Magic, which is annoying. But if he likes it, that's what matters. Boy, howdy. Interesting web. Yeah, okay. This is just my work desk. I just hang out here and do work and things. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. That one's actually just mine. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh boy. 12 broken body cords. Let's get started. Okay. The good body cords come with clear insulation, so you can see if there's a break. This one doesn't, so we're just gonna take off both sides and go from there. Looking on camera, pretty good. Hodgepodge of parts means some of them are Phillips and some of them are flathead. So you need something like this so you can swap back and forth. Okay. I really hate these. I just chucked it away, but that all looks good. We're gonna cut this, split this. Just cut it down here, so we just avoid any potential breakage that would have happened by the end of the plug. Pull it apart. I have a little +1 notification there. No, that doesn't mean anything. Okay. One confirmed viewer, 0 views. Classic. Let's see. There's 14. Yeah. Happy armory. Thank you. Have fun at work. Now we check for connectivity with my. I bought a cheap one of these, and then whatever is in here was so poorly soldered that it just ripped apart. So I got a slightly more expensive one. It's also important because you need to keep the sides matched. I guess not quite yet. You know which is the ground, which is the C line. Continuity is good on all three. Gotta replace the pins here. Do that on camera. Hard shell casings are just honestly the worst. The soft shell Leon Paul ones that they came out with, I guess years ago now, that people are finally starting to copy. Much better in just every respect. Easier to get on, easier to get off. Better for the wire because there's not a hard surface you're bending it against. Plus, you don't need 3 hands to put them back on. You just yank. Oh, that's not good. Gotta say, he's going a lot easier than tip screws. I think this year my federation, I think it was just this year, decided that cadets on up needed FIE blades, which means we had like 6 blades for people, and like kind of just like everybody had 1 blade, and they swap back and forth as needed. It's less than ideal, but also meant we had to go drag a bunch of, we had like a 10-year-old STM for no reason. We had to pull out and somebody had to clean it up, and that was me. I'm not complaining about. I love this stuff. But it is a kind of a shit show. Go. What is this? Like the other two weren't fun. This one's giving me a bit some issues. Oh, there's so shit in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's I think you can see it. There's still some copper in there left over from the last wire. Dig it out. Looks better. Should have slid in. Just hoping. Try this nest off. any other option, don't buy cheap tools. Don't need to buy the most expensive versions, but cheap tools, not great. Learn from my mistakes. These wire snips aren't very snippy. That magnetic screwdriver wasn't magnetic. Which is weird, because it was magnetic 2 minutes ago. Hang on a second while I find whether my bare feet or my eyes. All right. Back to the parts bin for another one. Yeah, they're just totally unmagnetized. That's annoying. I'd hope if I put it in the right way around. Started. Now I'll put the thing in. The Leon Paul ones don't have this system where you just exactly got to get it on the end. They have the system where just you stick it through a hole and then the screw comes down and punches in the hole. So it connects that way. Works, obviously, a lot better. I'm sure if I went and I watched a Purple Fencer video, I would see lots of tips and tricks to do that. Tips and tricks to doing this. But I have to find my own. Okay. That sets on, that sets on. We need these come in halves too. The pairs line up. Could be worse. Could be doing this at a tournament. Drop the wire weird so it goes around the pins. That doesn't even fit. Fit sideways? No, that just... Okay. That's annoying. Oh, this came from the other side. Yeah. Okay. We have wide pins and we have narrow pins, which is a thing I don't think I really. I know I certainly didn't internalize. Go through now. Now it all fits. Now I can hopefully close it. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Real quick, get the main one through. Immediately cross threads, of course. Since we're early in this project, we're going to try to maintain standards and get all three of these as flatheads. You know, some people are deeply opposed to Phillips screwdrivers, and I understand where they're coming from. I truly do not care that much, but it would be easier for me in the future when they are consistent. Those look what? Obviously this, okay, so it kind of makes sense. This is the gray one that looks like it's got the wider pins. It's from FWF, which is a company known for slightly higher standards than everybody, than Omen and All-Star, which previously moved to, I just like this. Did I do that? Found it like this, which is backwards. All right. First we have to see which is the C line, and hope and pray we keep it that way. Okay, C line, C line. C line, C line, okay. Line, C line green. Hopefully I don't get screwed over by this being a small one and then needing it later, but nobody but me knows how many of these I have anyway, so. Got it kind of on, and we're just gonna manually rotate everything until it fits. Those are different colors, which is not great. It's not going together. This is why I don't like these. It's not going together, and I don't know why, and I can't get inside to see it. Feels like it's something in the middle. Let's get caught. And I don't know. Seems to me, as I speak into the void here, that the worst part of Magic is the artificial scarcity of the little cards. There's nothing preventing Wizards of the Coast from printing enough Black Lotuses or whatever so everybody can have one. They just don't. I think that little nut is sticking out, and that's what it is. So personally, if I was playing online, I'd want to be able to build a deck of whatever I wanted. But I guess if you've got the cards invested anyway, everybody gets to see me struggling. They've got them all in. And then as soon as I let go, they pop out. Huzzah! Oh, that's rotating. Let's just pin it. That's fine. This one as sealed as it'll go. That should have been more. Maybe that's just the whole problem. It's always the way it goes. One goes in easy, one goes in hard. Definitely lost my orientation. That's C line. Oh, either I didn't or I got it back. Either way, good to check. Better on this side. I think I see what the problem is. These two are, especially this one's slightly too long. It's annoying. Yeah, not a problem that happened with the Leon Paul ones. Certainly not as much. One down. Note to self. Yeah, by that simple expedient of old wires. Not getting them embedded in my skin. Putting this back on a crucial few millimeters lower. My screwdriver. Oh, now it's magnetized again. If you're just one screwdriver isn't magnetized, the one bit. That would make sense. It'd be annoying. It would make sense. Maybe it would be annoying. All right, I found this one. And it on my foot. All right, try this again. I lose connectivity. Again, I find that one actually just doesn't go in at all. Where did that one's come from? All right. I'm gonna put this on the side. It's been way too long fighting with it. Off the next one, and hopefully it'll go a little better. A little better. It was maybe needlessly dramatic. I think it just made life harder for myself. Felt cool, so. Alright. Put this back in now, it's a little easier. Pulling it apart to look for breaks in the wire. Don't see any. I'm gonna lock it off. A finish on either side. Good news is they're all going to kids mostly. You make them pretty short because they're 9. Okay, make sure we get the skinny ones. See? One skinny, one fat. Looks like all the ones I have are fat. So much for that idea. These are all the extra pins I have, and we're going to sort them into skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, oh, fat. I meant to say fat, fat, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, fat, fat. It's 3 different sizes, or am I imagining things? No, it just curved. Okay. Fat. Okay. We have 6 skinnies, 11 fat ones. It's gonna be fun. Really do not know who designed these. Ah, got it. First try. Huzzah. Tempted to ask if they were designed. Well, that's a problem. I only have one nut left for holding these in place. Hmm. All right, well, that one goes on the pile. Find one that's got none of these bolts in them. Oh, I found more bolts. Huzzah. One more bolt. I'm gonna put this on here. I think I can get away with one bolt missing. Don't think I want to try getting away with two bolts missing. That would be a little too far. What am I doing on the frame? Not great. Oh, that's a kick in the knackers. This one's a does it have there? Be nice if now I put that one aside. Anything else we're missing here? We're going to focus on the ones that have both heads. Those red tape marks are new this year. That's probably the problem right there. Do I have any more pins? Yes, I have more pins. It looks like a fat pin too. Hopefully that was the only issue. Oh, that pin's pretty cracked up. That pin's pretty cracked out. That pin's pretty cracked out. I'm looking at here is I think they're called butterfly pins. You can see how that's only got one leaf left, and this one here's got none at all. I think that's what this one's in for. It's good because it means we can get away with just pulling it apart one at a time, replacing the pins, putting them back in place. Kind of maybe accidentally stole this screwdriver set from one of my best friends. He was living here and then he ran away to America real quick because of COVID. He left this in his car and then he left me the car while he was gone. And then he came back a couple of years later. Can't remember what the full timeline there was, and I don't remember what exactly was happening. Like I told him I had it, and then he forgot to give it to me to ask for it back, and I legitimately forgot to give it back. Now he lives in St. Louis, so he's probably not getting it back. Probably forgotten. He's probably either replaced it or not cares. Hasn't missed it since, either way. It's a general philosophy of save all the parts you can. So these little grub screws are getting saved as I check out the actual pin. That one's actually fine. Case. Well, we lost one earlier today. If you recall, one of these is missing the grub screw. So never know when it'll come in handy. Oh, that was a skinny one. I don't want to use this thick ones on this. I think that's what I'm replacing. Only I had them literally just chuck them in the trash. Oh, that's skinny one. Now let's see if the thick one fits. I'm gonna say no. I thought I made a mistake, but I was wrong. Again, we check for that shape. Okay, so we got circuitry through all three. We got the C line away from us. We got the side of it that has the C line away from us. They should, in theory, just slot right into place. Cut. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, that worked too. I did that. C line set. Phillips. Damn it. One, two, three. That one's all rusty. Yuck. Feel that rust in this one. Running onto the screwdriver. The screw. Same deal. Metal one's salvageable, or not salvageable, but just fine. Other two are shredded. I don't really want to reuse this nut. I might have to have some sandpaper here. Let's see what that. A little better. Maybe it'll be enough. And boy, howdy, look at this. Did to this one. It's totally off kilter even. Now we gotta hope that the fat ones, those are the last skinny one, but the fat ones will fit in this case. On the bottom, C on the bottom. That goes there, that goes there, that better go in there. That's a skinny one. Yeah. That's flat like that. Please, like flat like that. It worked. Right. Make sure we got this right. Connecting, connecting. Connecting. Last thing we got to do is this one's been a little bit beaten down. So we gotta not stab ourselves. Slide a flathead in there. Hopefully. How? Remember this being easier when I was younger. It kind of looks rusted shut. Okay, well, hopefully it'll do. Finally got one fixed. That's nice. Two failures is not a great. I got one more skinny one. Okay, next up. Hey. This one's got all three. Straddling. You guys can hear that. It's not supposed to do that. Started college, I got really into bike maintenance because dad gave me a 50-year-old bike to ride. It was a high quality bike, and I really liked it. I had to do a lot of work on it. And the principles of bicycles is the principle of silence. You have, the whirring, but that's really all you got. Not supposed to be making any noise other than that. Take this one apart. Not really sure why. I'd do it. I don't look good. See how it's all squished there? Yeah. Not supposed to look like that. Brake test. Nope, more skinny ones. It's just the cheapest manufacturer. Alright, let's go whacking. That's not a 14. Why are there two numbers on this? It's 12 and 14 and then 14 and 16. It's supposed to be outer and inner diameter. Be weird though, like. I don't know. Just don't know, bird. those are definitely skinning only. I realized I don't actually have to check which one's the C line. I have to do it anyway when I take apart the other one. Just slap it on anyhow. Huzzah. Getting better at this. That fell out. The screw is too short. The problem, because I don't know if I have any long. Definitely have longer ones. Yeah, that's much better. All these parts ever so slightly incompatible. Spaced out, spaced back in, forgot which side I was working on. Pretty sure it was that one. That's nice. This cable has one end marked. You can tell which is the C side without having to get out a multimeter. That looks fine. That looks fine. C side, A side, C side, A side. A seaside, east side, of course, I mean, color side was on the east side. There you go. What I really need is a kind of a test box you can use to like hold it in place. So I can yank on it, make sure it works that way. Oh, that's too short, isn't it? Yeah. No, that's the other one. Got two short ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Used to be so. Shh. Used to be really into the Three Stooges when I was like 6. My dad loved them. My mom thought they were the stupidest thing ever. When I was 6, they were great. Now they're kind of the stupidest thing ever. Pretend violence just does not do it for me anymore. Either do real violence. I don't understand the people who watch like is World Star still a thing? Whatever World Star was, or people who watch MMA. Like I just absolutely cannot stand watching that. Oh, Phillips. I would say I understand the fun enjoying combat and one-on-one. That's not good. A little longer bit of metal. Well, something's dead. Could be my test box. B-line works. B-line works. A-line works, so my test box is dead. Oh, here's... Two. And then I have started at about 5. Now it's about 7. It's not great. Be right back. Insulation's cracked on this one, but looks fine otherwise. Not sure. Not broken anywhere. Hmm. Okay, what do we got? Who on A? Who on A? I have a sneaking suspicion that one of the kids like, this cable doesn't work, and it was actually the weapon or the reel. They just didn't get around to fixing it. And I'm saying, oh, that cable is actually fine. My life. Hmm. Start scrounging from the other bits. Where did skinny ones come from? Skinny ones this time. The short bolts that just don't hardly reach at all. That's not gonna bite. Here's another one that looks in good shape. Oh, A-line, high resistance. B-line, no connection right You guys can see it, but a lot of rust. Just a little worrisome. I don't know how that rust got in. I've never seen that before. I'm going to just whack off both bits where it's rusty. Already kind of a short coil. Hmm. Boy, I really don't want to go. Oh, yeah, honey. Hmm. Let's see what other tools I have. Be right back. I got this big old boy that's probably too big. Yeah, it's too big. It's unfortunate. This one was too big. Oh, it's not coming off at all. Fortunate, it's a nice clip. Alright, well, so I'll whack it off. the rust down to little rust. So this almond one looks like it uses the thick plugs. Yeah, this come in handy. This stuff's thick. Careful with this one, cut the wire. There we go. Shit. The insulation. Well, good news is I can just well off down to there, which is where I need it. And then start over. It's really giving me fits. Throw this in the dead pile. It's just also to work with that wire. I'm gonna bring this one also into work tomorrow. It's fine. Not strip insulation on your multimeter. Important rule. Some of the old school Americans have a theory that your body cord isn't working and you lick it. It'll work. Now that it doesn't work, that it's a short-term solution for a long-term problem, and you end up with rusty pins. It's horrifyingly not using some. All right. 4 done, 4 failed, 4 left over. I'm calling it. If I don't think anybody's watching, but if you tune in later,